See yourself still gesturing with the fingers and the mouth. And then just allow that to settle. Come back to your breath. Try to remain with eyes closed. Feel the calmness, feel the peace. And let's try to stay in this state of mind as we come into our practice and start to flow. And then very slowly start to open your eyes, reach your arms up to the sky. So that even here I may have to modify with my right arm. I'm going to bring my right hand to my chest. Just reach up and then reach over to the right side of the room. Feel. Maybe eyes are closed again. And then start to reach over to the left. And make this your own, right? Be creative, be fluid, maybe looking up as you're stretching on both sides. Just on your own now. And then start to come back to center. Let's make our way into a nice easy table. And then just finding your hands, looking at your hands. I find these past few weeks, there's appreciation for the simplest of things, right? Just looking, feel, squeeze the floor with the fingers. Push the earth away from you. We're going to come into some simple cat and cows. We're going to just lift away from the mat. And then start to lift your chin, lift your tail. Let the belly fall. Feel a little wag of the tail. Feel that. Let the belly fall. Spin the elbows toward the back of the room. Take a breath in. And then exhale round. Start with your pelvis. Articulate from the pelvis. Pubic bone lifting toward the navel. Navel lifting toward the spine. Chin pulls into the chest. Pause. Breathe here. Just a few breaths here. Just feeling the posture. Feeling the shape. Seeing what's available. Maybe a little shift side to side. And then on your next inhale, start to come back into your cow posture. Chin lifts, tail lifts, belly drops. And then exhale round. You might even try inhaling through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. And start to be a little bit more intuitive. Become a little more intuitive. Maybe a little shifting side to side. Those of you who have practiced with me before, you know I call this sexy cat and cow. And the idea here is just let go, right? Let go. These days, we don't have a lot of control over much, right? We're being told what to do, where to go, where not to go. This you have control over. This you can dictate. This you can feel, right? Maybe sending the hips back toward the heels, shifting into the hands, circling over to the left and the right. No right and wrong, right? You're in the comfort of your own home. No one's looking, no one's watching, no one's judging. That's it. And then come back to neutral and very slowly, just sit back in child's pose. Just sit back in child's pose. And then from this point forward, I want to bring a concept, and we've talked about this many times, and I feel like it has a different meaning now. I feel like everything has a different meaning now. The language Communicating in the language of sensation. We've talked about it before. How do you feel about that now? Communicating with the language of sensation, listening to your body. Really, truly feeling what's happening with every breath. And again, I want to encourage you to be a little playful, rolling your forehead on your mat, right? Maybe lengthening the arms out in front of you. Some of you might even take your hands, all 10 fingers, over to the right side of your mat. Some of you might get on tented fingers and start to lengthen and reach forward as you send your tail back. These are just options. These are just options. So bring playfulness in, communicate, feel, but keep the calmness, keep that peacefulness that you're already starting to cultivate, right? I promise, Christine, I'd keep this class to an hour. It's not going to be easy. And then start to make your way back to center. Come into a table, tuck your toes, and let's come into our first downward facing dog. And then just start to, again, being playful, right? Just pressing into one heel, bending the knee. Maybe articulating from the pelvis, working your way through the side body on the right side and then the left side. Eyes can be closed. So the sequence I have prepared for this evening is, and we've done this before, and I call it Hollywood hips. I have no idea why I wrote it a few years ago. And that was a request from a bunch of students who, being stuck at home, sitting longer than usual, watching more movies longer than usual, just getting into the hips, into the core, right? And then from down dog, come right into your plank pose and pause here. And this is my first plank pose since my shoulder surgery. Something I will never take for granted again. Just breathe. And then very slowly send your hips back to the sky, downward facing dog. Let's do this with breath now. Take a big breath in. Exhale, way forward, plank pose. Send the hips back to downward facing dog. Let's treat this like a wave now. Roll forward, wave yourself forward. Slight pause. Soft bend in the knees as you send your hips back up to the sky. Let's do that 3 more times. Move with your breath, right? Allow the breath to dictate the quality and the length of the movement. Let's meet up in downward facing dog. And take your right leg up high to the sky. And let's step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. We're coming into lizard. To start with, keep the left knee lifted. Take your right arm and reach it forward. And then start to pulse. We're just going to work into that connective tissue in the left hip flexor. Start to drop into the left hip as you lift your right arm. So the inhale, you lift it. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Try and close the eyes. Again, communicating, right, with that language of sensation. How deep should you go, right? Where you need to soften, where you need to back off. Good. Now let's drop the left knee and then start to rock onto the edge of your right foot. So we're not rolling the ankle, you're rocking onto the edge of the right foot. Maybe use the right hand to open the hip. pushing the inner right thigh away from you as you maybe look up to the sky. Some of you might reach around and grab your left foot with your right hand for the bind. If you choose the bind, try to keep your left heel as close to your glute as possible. Shift forward, getting a deep, deep stretch in the quadricep. There's a little bit of an imbalance that's just built into yoga, right? We really emphasize our hamstrings, our posterior chain, and we neglect in many poses, in many practices, we neglect the quadricep. And that's when you start to get overuse issues in your sciatic nerve, glutes, psoas, piriformis. But start to release that. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, pause. Now we're coming into Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold facing the left side of your mat. Take your feet wide, press into the edges of the feet, but press into the ball of the foot and the heel of the foot equally, right? So there's this false sense of depth in this pose. I see this all the time. We press into the heels and we feel like we're going deeper. Try to fold in half. Make this about folding in half. Tail is lifting toward the sky, pubic bone lifting toward the navel lifting toward the spine, crown of the head dropping toward the earth. Some of you might shift into one foot and then the other. Maybe with everything that's going on, stillness is calling to you. Absolute stillness. That's it. Forearms can melt into the earth if you have that available to you. Nothing happening right now except you practicing on your mat, breathing, focusing completely on yourself, on your body, on your breath. And then from here, start to push the earth away from you with your hands. We're coming to a flat back. And we're going to take this into Skandasana to the left side. So sink into the left heel. As you lengthen your right leg, your right toes will face the sky. Some of you might need your hands on the earth, maybe blocks if that's available, or just sitting into the left heel, but use your hands for support. It's a nice way to start. Right? This is a pose that we will revisit later. Lots of expression here. You can take your left hand out in front of your left foot. You can reach your right arm out to the sky. I can't do that right now. I would love to. Pull the toes toward your shin, your right toes toward your shin. Maybe point the toes down so the sole of the foot starts to push down toward the earth. Let's come back through center and let's take Skandasana to the right. Sitting into the right heel. Take what you need here. It's okay if your right heel is lifted, right? Play with that left foot, point the toes, pull the toes back toward your nose. And breathe into the sensation. So as you start to communicate with your body, start to breathe as part of that language, right? Send the breath there as a message to soften, deepen. Now, very slowly, let's come back through center. Come back into the left heel. This is just as a transition. We're coming into Anjaneyasana to the front of the mat, but sit in that left heel. And then stay low, bend into the right knee. All 10 toes will face forward. Frame your front foot, pause. Drop your left knee to the earth. Reach your arms up to the sky. Push into the right foot, push into the right shin, maybe even lift the right heel. Some of you might take the bind of the hands behind you for a heart opener. Lifting, leading your heart toward the sky. Maybe eyes are closed, chin is lifted, throat opening, heart opening, pubic bone lifting, right? Taking that excessive arch out of the back, opening the heart, shoulder blades draping around the spine. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, frame your front foot, tuck your left toes, stay with me. Take your right leg, send it back to plank pose, but keep the right leg lifted. Keep it lifted. Now, some of you out there might feel like you want to take your left hand and reach it forward. What does that feel like? Playful, right? Don't take this shit so seriously. Playful. Breathe. Good. Keep your right leg lifted. Lower your left hand to the earth. Single leg chaturanga. Single leg chaturanga. Bend your elbows. Inhale, up dog as you lower your right foot to the earth. Upward facing dog. Pause. Take 3 breaths here. 3 breaths. Maybe look over the right shoulder. Look over the left shoulder. And then when you're ready, take it right back to downward facing dog. Good. And then now very slowly here, just wave forward to plank. This time adding on, just drop the hips, lift the heart. Take it back through plank, back to downward facing dog. We'll do that 4 more times. Wave yourself forward, plank pose. Drop your hips and lift your heart. Smile, I can see you. Come back through plank, downward facing dog. Good. Again, very slowly with breath, wave forward, take your time. Visualize a wave in the ocean. And then your breath pulls you back to down dog when you're ready. You all know I suck at counting, so I think we should do 2 more, right? I have no idea how many we've done. Wave yourself forward, plank pose. Drop your hips and lift your heart, open your throat, smile. Downward facing dog. Okay. Let's do that 1 more time. Wave yourself forward, plank pose. Drop your hips, lift your heart. And then take it back to down dog. Take your left leg up to the sky. And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Again, pausing here in lizard, extending your left arm forward. So this is where we drop into the right hip, lifting the left arm, and then lift the hips, drop the arm, right? So inhale, exhale. And you can pulse with a little bit of momentum if you like. Find that elasticity if that feels good. Maybe moving slowly if that's how you're communicating with your body, with the sensation that you feel. And then just do that 3 or 4 more times. And then start to lower your right knee. Open up your left hip with your left hand. So hand on the inside of the left hip, or the left thigh rather. And then again, rocking onto the edge of the left foot. Pull your toes toward your shin so you're not rolling the ankle. So in a shape like this, it's nice to, I call this massaging space and massaging length and opening into the body. So you inhale, you back off the pose. You exhale, soften and release, surrender. Inhale, back off slightly. Exhale. Feel free to take the bind of the right foot. Again, pulling the right heel toward the right glute, sending your right hip flexor forward. Feel the stretch in the right quadricep. Nice. And even here, just inhale, backing off slightly. Exhale, drop in a little bit deeper, more breath. Playful, free, right? Again, you have an opportunity to control the situation 100%. Control the situation yourself. Good. Start to release your right toes to the earth, hands to the earth, lift your right knee. And then let's take Prasarita once again. This time you'll be facing the right side of your mat. I'll still face the left side of my mat, just for the sake of not showing my butt to the camera. And then just drop it. So second time in pose. This is a big shape, especially in the beginning of a practice. So be playful with this. Maybe find something that's calling to you. So if you truly listen and are communicating, what's happening, right? What's the conversation like? Feeling the edges of the feet, the big toes, equal pressure between the heels and the balls of the feet. Maybe lifting yourself out of the shape and dropping back in. If you choose handstand and you're in your living room, make sure this furniture, the furniture that is breakable, is now no longer in your way. I know that sounds funny, but I had students who used to do that, and they broke coffee tables and lamps and all kinds of good stuff. So just listen. So taking this now into a flat back, let's come into our right heel toward the back of the mat, Skandasana, dropping in. Left toes are lifted. Again, using your hands for support, maybe expressing arms opening wide, hands can be at heart center. There's a beautiful bind here. If you have that, right, reaching your right arm in front of your shin, left arm at your lower back, and finding fingertips behind you. And then let's slowly come back to center, Skandasana to the left. That's back to the front of your mat. Right toes face the sky. And then again, pointing, flexing the foot. Use your hands for support. I love this pose with my eyes closed, especially on my right side. I have lots and lots of sensation. I don't like to be distracted. So I really go inside and feel around and massage space into my right inner thigh. And let's come back through center. We're going to take it over to the right side just as a transition. Let's stay low now. Bend into the left knee. All 10 toes facing forward. Frame your front foot. Pause here. And then send your left foot back to plank pose. Keep your left foot lifted. Again, some of you might lift your right arm. Reach it forward. Maybe your right hand to your heart. Breathe. That's it. Take what you need. Lower your right hand to the earth. Keep your left foot lifted. Single leg chaturanga. This will show up a few more times in our practice. Inhale, upward facing dog. 3 breaths here. And then when you're ready, take it to downward facing dog. That's it. Okay. Start to bend your knees and bring your feet to your hands any way you like. Step, jump, float, fly. Inhale to a halfway lift. So many options in this shape, using blocks, using your mat, using your shins. Let's add a little bit of movement here, maybe a little bit of side to side. And we're going to find cat and cow in the shape. So fingertips pressing into the earth if you can reach, all blocks. Fingertips can be on your hands or your shin. Exhale, round your back, pull your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tail, let the belly fall, open your heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Soft bend in the knees might feel nice right here. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And then fold. Let it go. Grab opposite elbows. So we're going to run through a few sun A's. Nothing fancy. This is not a fancy sequence. I consider this to be essential, very purposeful, but take what you need, right? If you're a handstand in your practice and you want to handstand to the front of your mat, I know Patrick is out there. He's probably going to try that now. Maybe Alana is going to try handstands in her living room. Okay? But taking what you need. On a long, slow inhale, rise up to standing. And then reach your arms up to the sky. Press the palms together. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. And then exhale, let's reach out, reach out, reach out. Soft bend in the knees, reaching out. And then slowly float your hands, fingertips or palms to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank pose. Lift your right foot. Single leg chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, take it to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Big breath out, let it go. Lift your heels high. Bend your knees, step, jump, float, or fly to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up slowly, reach up. Palms together, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, reach out, and fold in half. Inhale, lengthen your arms, your legs, and your spine. Exhale to chaturanga. Left foot is lifted, single leg chaturanga. That's just an option. That's just an option. And I'll keep throwing these options out and take what you need from these. Good. Lift your heels high. Bend your knees, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, slowly rise up to standing. Reach those arms way up high to the sky. Maybe reach back this time. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Last one here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach out. Deep expression. Fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga on the exhale. Feel free to lift one leg or the other. Inhale, up dog. The longest exhale you can muster up takes you to downward facing dog. Lift your heels high. Bend your knees, feet to hands. Stay with me here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Separate your feet hip-width distance apart. Reach your arms out in front of you. Sit in your heels. We're coming into chair pose. Sit a little bit deeper. No, for real, a little bit deeper, yeah. You know. You already know. So Maddie, one of our teachers here at the Woods, came up with such a beautiful analogy. She said, right now we're in the chair pose of life, but eventually, we'll feel the sweetness of the forward fold, right? Now you all know I love to keep you in chair pose, right? It's that thing, it's that nemesis that, what do we do in this shape? Where do we go? What does chair pose feel like now after the month that we've all had? We're all experiencing the same thing. It's not as bad, right? It's like, fuck, I can deal with that. Breathe. Sit just a little bit deeper. It's not going to last forever. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. There it is. There's the sweetness. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stay with me. Take your right fingertips in front of your toes. Take your left arm to the sky as you lengthen your left leg. Look up at your left hand. Yeah. Maybe roll your wrist around. Yeah. And then float your left fingertips to the earth. Bend both knees. Take your right arm to the sky as you press your left fingertips into the earth. Right arm reaches up. Right leg is long. Left knee is bent. Left knee is bent. Beautiful. Look up at your right fingers and smile. Big breath in. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga on the exhale. You choose. Single leg chaturanga if you choose. Inhale, up dog. Nice pause at the top. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. So we're going to start to work into some sun bees, sun salutation bees. Traditional, but different. We're going to stay on the same side 5 times. So we're going to stay on the right side. And the reason we do this is to really get you out of your head. telling you where we're going so that you can just move and breathe and enjoy and feel and communicate, right? Without wondering, oh, what's coming next? I'm already telling you what's coming next. So you don't need to anticipate. Right? Again, I'm giving you all the tools to be in control. Yeah, this is about all we can control right now. Take your right leg up to the sky. Good. Bend that knee, peel your hip open. Step your right foot between your hands. Pause. Drop your left foot flat. Open warrior two. We're going to take this slowly. Beautiful. First one will stay. Just build the shape, build the posture, feel. Right? Heel, right heel, lining up at the center of the heel of the left foot. Arms reaching, maybe palms pressing. What does that feel like? And then soften the wrist. Maybe pushing, pulsing into the right foot. And then very slowly, as a transition, take your left arm, reach it up toward the sky, look at it. Follow it. Pivot onto the ball of the left foot. Lightning bolt pose, pause. Hands to the earth. Step back to plank pose. Keep your right foot lifted as you come into single leg chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Down dog, exhale. So the next four, we move with breath. Inhale, right leg high, bend the right knee, peel your hip open. Exhale, float your right foot between your hands, warrior two. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lightning bolt pose, pivot onto the ball of the left foot, feel. Slight pause, half a breath, hands to the earth, plank pose, single leg chaturanga. Again, that's just an option. Inhale, up dog, down dog, big exhale. Good. Right leg, reach it to the sky. Bend the knee, peel that hip open. Good. Float your right foot between your hands, warrior two. Like a dance now. This is your dance, your flow. Good. Exhale, lightning bolt pose, pivot onto the ball of the left foot. Slight pause, hands to the earth, step back, single leg chaturanga. I won't lose count, I promise. From down dog, take your right leg up to the sky. Peel the hip open, float your right foot between your hands. Warrior two. Big breath in. Exhale, lightning bolt pose, pivot onto the ball of that left foot, pause. Hands to the earth, step back to plank pose. Single leg chaturanga, and take it to downward facing dog after up dog. Beautiful. Last one, here it is. Right leg, reach it high, fullest expression, flow. Peel that hip open, float your right foot between your hands. Warrior two. Exhale to lightning bolt pose, pause, frame your front foot, step back to plank pose. Up dog on an inhale, down dog exhale. Good. Take your left leg, reach it to the sky. Bend your left knee, peel the hip open. Float your left foot between your hands, drop your right foot flat. First one, we take it slowly, warrior two. Again, this one is where we pulse. We build the foundation, right? Magnetize your feet in toward each other, pulse and bend into that left knee. Make sure the knee is tracking over toward the baby toe on the left foot. Maybe palms of the hands are pressing outward and then soften the wrist. Good. Take a breath in. On the exhale, follow your right hand to the earth over your head. Frame your front foot, pivot on the ball of the right foot. Pause here, pause. Just be, breathe. Hands to the earth, single leg chaturanga, left leg stays lifted. Inhale, up dog, left foot lowers. Exhale, downward facing dog. So now we just move with breath. Right? Left leg reaches to the sky, bend the left knee, peel the hip open. And then slowly float the left foot between the hands. Warrior two. Big breath in. And then the exhale, you cartwheel your hands to the earth, toward the earth, lightning bolt pose, just as a transition. So you feel hands to the earth, step back, single leg chaturanga. And so many times we rush through those transitions. Those transitions are poses, right? Teaches us patience. Take your left leg up to the sky. Bend your left knee, peel your hip open and float your left foot between your hands. Warrior two. Big breath in. Exhale, start to cartwheel the hands forward, pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Half a breath, pause, hands to the earth. Step back, plank pose, meet up and down dog. Left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee, peel your hip open. Float like a dance. Float the left foot forward. Warrior two, open. Your next exhale, cartwheel your hands, reach forward. Lightning bolt pose. Pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Pause. Hands to the earth. Step back, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Down dog, big exhale. Last one, here it is. Left leg to the sky. Fluid now. Float the left foot between the hands. Warrior two, open, soften. Exhale, reach the hands forward, pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Hands to the earth. Single leg chaturanga. Up dog, big inhale. Biggest exhale, down dog. Walk your hands back toward your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's heel toe the feet together to touch. So big toes can touch, heels can be separated slightly. Chair pose. So inner thighs are pressing. You'll see why in a second. Inner thighs are pressing. So a little taller than usual, right? We're not going to sit into that deep chair, right? And then start to lift the heels. Lift your heels. Nice. Hands can be at heart center. Hands can be reaching overhead. Arms can reach behind. So many options here. And breathe. Maybe even pulse. Just be. Good. Start to land your heels on the earth. Sit a little deeper. Hands at heart center. Everyone, take a big twist to the right. Left tricep hooks across right thigh. Eyes go up to the sky. That's it. Inner thighs pressing. Right? So you might find that that left knee wants to shoot forward. Just draw it back slightly. Feel the belly. Feel the breath wringing out your organs, your internal organs. Feel that. Some of you might smile because this feels so good. And again, going back to that idea of communicating, right, through that language of sensation. Right? What's that conversation sound like? Take a breath in together. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Let it go. Let's rise all the way up to standing. Let's pull length into the spine. Reach up, big smile. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sit back into your chair pose. Lift your heels. Maybe pulse. Again, lifting the heels is an option. It creates a little bit of weightlessness, but it also engages from the bottom of the feet, the ankles. If you're a runner, this is beautiful for runners. I know Alicia is a big runner. Good. Start to land the heels. Sit back in your heels and take a big twist to the left. Beautiful. And using your breath to communicate with the sensation. Breath in together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, just walk out to plank pose. Walk out to plank pose. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog. Down dog, big exhale. Okay, guys, we're about halfway through the warm-ups. Right? I can hear you all laughing at home. Let's do this. Child's pose. Just take a chance, just give yourself a chance to towel off. Grab some water before we continue to flow. How good does it feel to get back on your mat? Yeah. And whether you're in hero's pose or child's pose, just calming the mind, right? Coming back to the breath. Hopefully at home you don't have too many distractions. You're in a room that's quiet, peaceful. Maybe you have Christine sent out a playlist that I always play in classes that you're all familiar with. Maybe you're playing that in the background. Now very slowly, start to make your way back to downward facing dog. So from down dog, let's take the right leg way up high to the sky and peel the hip open. And then float the right foot between the hands. Drop your left foot flat. And let's open up warrior two. So we're going to add the second flow, very fluid, dance-like, find your dance. Start to lengthen your right leg, reach your arms up to the sky. I'm going to sit into the left heel, skandasana to the left. Right toes reach up high. And just sit. For the first one, we just sit, we find what's available, right? Maybe there's a deeper expression than in the beginning of the class. I want to take this into extended side angle. Pressing the right foot down toward the earth, bend into the right knee, stay low. Reach your arms forward. I'm going to bring my right hand to my heart. Left arm reaches up overhead. Pause. And then slowly make your way back up to warrior two. Lengthen the right leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, sit back into the left heel, skandasana. Sit low. Big breath in. Exhale slowly. Long exhale takes you all the way to extended side angle. Reaching, 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 reaching. And then slowly making your way back up to warrior two. Lengthen your right leg, reach the arms up to the sky. Sit into your left heel. And then slowly, like a dance, extended side angle. Right back into warrior two. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Reach your arms up, lengthen the right leg. As you bring your hands to your heart with strength and control, sit into the left heel. Your next exhale takes you into extended side angle. Good. Warrior two. Lengthen your right leg, reach your arms up. Exhale to skandasana. Big breath in. And then exhale, reaching, 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 reaching. Stay with me, stay with me. Heel toe your left foot forward. Half moon pose. I know you didn't see that one coming. Breathe. Press your left heel. Press your left heel toward the back of the room. Maybe a block underneath your right fingertips. Maybe right hand to the heart. Maybe a soft bend in the right knee. A little longer than usual here. Just a bit. Breathe. You are in control of this. Whether you're falling out of it, where you're wobbling, you're shaking, you're in control of this. Enjoy that. Take a breath in. Exhale to a standing split. Hands to the earth, frame the front foot. Good. So many options here, right? So you can have hands on blocks. You can grab onto your right ankle, right? With both hands. You can pull your left knee in toward your chest and fold in a little deeper. Again, try to be playful in this shape. My favorite version of this shape, walking the hands to the outside of the right foot, bending the left knee, looking underneath the left arm. Yeah, big side body opening. And then very slowly bring your left foot to meet your right foot at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plank pose, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Down dog, big exhale. Oh boy, we have to do it on the left side. Here we go. Reach that left leg up to the sky. Step your left foot between your hands. Warrior two. First one, we're going to stay for a little bit, right? Just build the foundation because we're going to move against this foundation. Coming into Skandasana and extended side angle. Yeah, maybe pulsing into the left shin. Right? Just, again, massaging length and space. Good. And here we go. Lengthen your left leg. Reach your arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart center as you sit into the left heel. Left toes reach the sky. And again, first one, we just pause and just see what's available. Maybe you can get a little deeper. Maybe the right heel for the first time ever hits the floor. That's just an intention. That's not a goal, right? You don't need to be there. It's perfectly fine if your right heel is lifted. And then here we go. We're going to start to step the left foot down toward the earth as you reach the arms forward, pressing the inside of the left thigh open, reaching. Warrior two. Beautiful. Let's start to create the dance now. Lengthen the left leg, reach the arms to the sky. The exhale, you bring your hands to your heart. That same exhale, you drop into Skandasana. Take a breath in, and then a long exhale, extended side angle, reaching. Warrior two. Lengthen your left leg, reach the arms up to the sky. Hands to heart center as you sit into the right heel. Breath in together. Exhale, extended side angle, reaching out in front. Get longer, reach to infinity. Warrior two. Two more like this. Here we go. Lengthen the left leg, reach the arms up. Hands to heart center, exhale, sit into the right heel. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Slow. Beautiful. Lengthen the left leg, reach up. And let's take it right back into the last one. Here we go. This is where we add the half moon in. So let's sit into the right heel. Extended side angle. Heel toe the right foot forward and float into half moon pose. Maybe a block under the left fingers. Left hand can come to heart center. It's perfectly okay to wobble. Falling in and out of the pose, that's how you learn. Right? Allow that to be the teacher. That's your body communicating with you. How do you respond? More breath. You didn't know YouTube has a breath monitor. I can hear you. And play with that standing leg. Play with that. How do you make this pose effortless, right? How do you make it peaceful? Take a big breath in. Standing split, exhale. And again, play with that standing split. Maybe holding on to the left ankle with both hands. Maybe dropping the forehead down toward your left shin. Maybe bending your right knee, peeling the hip open and walking your hands to the outside of your left foot. That's it. And then very slowly lower your right foot to meet your left foot. Separate your feet hip width distance and come into Malasana. Nice deep squat. So we're going to take this from Malasana to Chaturanga. You can do that by jumping back. You can step back. You can float back. So from Malasana, I'm going to try this. You're going to press your hands into the earth or blocks, and you're going to jump back to Chaturanga. And then you're going to push the earth away from you and jump back to Malasana. And we're going to do that 5 times. And if jumping forward and back is not comfortable, if you don't feel safe, step back. Simply step back and step forward. That's the base, that's the foundation. And we'll do that 5 or 6 times on your own now. Be playful with this, stepping back or jumping back, stepping forward or jumping forward. If it doesn't work to chaturanga, take it to plank, that's okay. Big hip opener, right? Very dynamic. Nice, try to float, yeah. As you get into this and you stop worrying about if you're doing it correctly, you can literally float your feet forward, lifting the hands from the earth. Right? I've seen so many of you do this in class from the beginning. You're like, oh no, there's no way I can do this. Playful, right? And then wherever you are, let's do 2 more from wherever you are. Let's meet up in Malasana. I'm going to take this into crow. Hands on blocks or the earth. Knees push into the triceps. I don't think I can do crow, but I can build the foundation once again. And the foundation is simply pressing your knees into the triceps, lifting the heels, maybe lifting of one foot or both. And try to hold that crow, even if it's just the foundation of crow, for 5 breaths. And when you've had enough, if you're in crow, try to float back to chaturanga, and we'll meet up in downward facing dog. Nice. Good. From downward facing dog, take your right leg up to the sky. And then peel your hip open. Let's float right into wild thing. Push the earth away. Push it away. Lifting, opening up your left hip flexor. Feel that. Good. And as slowly as you can, float your right foot forward to the front of your mat. Crescent warrior. Lifting the right heel. Maybe pulse here. Lift the right heel and pulse. 5, 4, 3. Just getting light. Add more breath. 2 and 1. Good. I'm going to float the left foot forward to a figure 4. Lift the left foot, float your left ankle over your right thigh and sit. For 5, 4, sit a little deeper. For 3, bend that right knee a little more. For 2, stay with me. Float that left foot back gracefully back to crescent warrior. Arms can reach to the sky or hands at heart center. Now very slowly float your left foot forward to figure 4. We'll do this a few times. Good. Sit a little deeper for 5, 4, 3, maybe pulse. 2, 1. With strength and control, float your left foot back to crescent warrior. Beautiful. Take a breath. Inhale together. Exhale, float that left foot forward once again. Sit low. Sit even deeper this time. Maybe the elbows touch the shin. 5, 4, 3, for 2, 1. Float the left foot back. Good. Let's do that one more time. Float your left foot forward. Fullest expression here. Fold over your left shin, fingertips to the earth. So our lives are out of balance. So if you find that balancing in yoga is difficult right now, there's a reason for that, right? Because everything else is out of balance. Our routines have been disrupted. Our rituals are probably non-existent, or at least changed to a degree. So understanding physical balance will help balance off of your mat. Good. And then very slowly float your left foot back to crescent warrior. Bring your hands to your heart center. Stay with me. Hover forward, and then take your big twist to your right. Beautiful. That's it. More breath. Maybe spinning the right side of the chest up toward the sky. Maybe eyes up to the sky. We're coming to the end of the warm-up, so maybe a little smile, a little gratitude for your practice, your commitment, your patience through these crazy times. Take a big breath in. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back to plank pose, and then choose your path to downward facing dog. And yes, we're doing the other side. Take your left leg up to the sky. Bend your left knee, peel your hip open, float into wild thing. And those of you who don't have wild thing in your practice, just stay in three-legged dog and keep opening. Keep opening up that hip. Push the earth away from you, right? Try to spin your hip points up toward the sky. Maybe drop the head back, open the throat. I know I have to keep reminding you all to smile. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, float your left foot forward. Crescent warrior, reach your arms up or keep your hands at heart center, you choose. So for the first time here, let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Float your right ankle over your left thigh, figure 4 at the front of your mat, and sit low. And B for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float your right foot back very slowly, gracefully. Reach the arms up, look up, smile. And your next exhale, float that right foot forward once again. Sit lower, sit deeper. Balance. Control. Good. Float the right foot back. A little less rigid this time, right? So you take what you need from this. When you are ready, float the right foot forward, figure 4. Sit a little deeper. Feel. Good. And when you're ready, float the right foot back. We'll do this one more time. Fullest expression. Here it comes. When you're ready, float the right ankle over the left thigh. Sit low and fold fingertips toward the earth. That's just an option. I didn't remind you on the other side, but I know those of you who have it in your practice, there's a beautiful arm balance here. And breathe. Good. And don't judge your balance. Don't judge the shape. Don't judge what's happening. Right? Don't analyze the shape. Just be in it. Be okay with where it's at. Float your right foot back, crescent warrior. Reach the arms up to the sky and then bring your hands to your heart center. Hover forward and twist to your left. So right tricep hooks across left thigh. Palms press. Eyes up high. Beautiful. More breath. More breath. All we have left is sweet, juicy stuff. So enjoy this last posture. Good. Take a breath in here. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back to plank pose. And then choose your path to downward facing dog. That's it. Good. Take your right leg high to the sky. Take your right shin, cross it in the front of your mat for half pigeon. And in half pigeon, stay on your fingertips for a moment and just get into the ball of the left foot and push into the left heel and then untuck the toes. Try to get your right glute as close to the earth as possible. Walk your hands or your forearms forward and drop in. Lots of options here. Right? But what I like to do in this shape is breathe movement, subtle movement into the shape. So as I breathe in, my body shifts naturally to the left. On an exhale, I allow it to soften and melt to the right, letting gravity take over. And it's a very subtle shift to the left on the inhale, and then exhale back over to the right. If that feels good, continue. If you need stillness, take it. If you feel surrender, right, and you need a deeper expression and you need more sensation, again, communicating in that language of sensation, send the left leg back a little bit longer. I always feel like half pigeon in a home practice is a completely different experience. And then from here, just start to drop your right glute down to the earth and sweep your left leg forward. We'll do this from down low. Sweep the left leg forward. Cross your left shin on your mat. Sweep your right leg back. You're just going to take half pigeon on the other side. Again, using your hands to find length in the right leg. So pushing the ball of the right foot into the earth, heel draws back. That draws the left hip down toward the earth. Untuck the right toes, walk the hands forward, or forearms. And again, that subtle shift with breath. So the inhale pulls you over toward the right. Exhale, drop into the left side of the body. Gravity taking over. Ten more breaths. Beautiful shape to get lost in. And then slowly start to lower your left glute to the earth. Let's sweep both legs out in front. And let's come into a nice wide-legged straddle on your mat. Try to keep your heels on your mat so your heels aren't digging into, especially if you're on a hardwood floor. And start to reach your arms up toward the sky. And then just reach forward. We're going to pulse maybe 5, 10 times. Just reaching, just pulsing. Very active here. Toes pulling toward your nose. Reach and pulse. 5, 4. And if you need more, take it. 3, 2, 1. If you have a block handy, you can grab a block and you can place that block right in front of where your forehead might land if it landed on the mat. Maybe make a pillow with your hands and drop your forehead. Take some pressure off the head, neck, and shoulders as you drop into this fold. And then start to soften the feet, soften the legs, the knees, the lower back. Beautiful way to surrender into the shape by disengaging the muscles in the neck and the shoulders. If you have a deeper expression and you feel you can drop your forearms to the earth, try that. If you went too deep in the pose too fast, back off. Maybe you need more pulsing to open up some more of that connective tissue. All right. Again, taking what you need. This is where you start to listen and build your own practice. And you'll notice the longer you stay in the shape, the softer it gets. Your mind starts to let go and your body takes over. Start to walk your hands back. And bring the soles of your feet together to touch carefully. Take your palms, reach them toward the sky, and take your hands underneath your ankles, palms of the hands underneath the ankles, so that your forearms are now pressing into the earth. Allow gravity to draw the outsides of your thighs and your shins down toward the earth, and just let go. Let the head go. So this is one way to come into this posture. Another way is to lead with your heart, lifting, drawing away from your waist, pulling away from your waist. That's one way. That's another way. Again, feel around, be playful, even in a shape like this, be playful in this and find sensation, release, find surrender, peace. Good. And then very slowly, let's start to make our way out of that shape. Come back onto your mat, facing the front of your mat, whatever that is for you. And bring your knees in toward your chest. And then wrap your forearms around your shins. Bring your forehead toward your knees. Pull your toes toward your nose. Good. And then release that and take the soles of the feet to the earth. Press your palms into the earth. Let's come into a nice easy bridge pose. If some of you have wheel in your practice and you feel for that, fine. If not, keep calm and reduce the amount of effort here, right? We just want to do this to open up the hip flexors after all that forward folding, pushing the earth not only away from you, but pushing down and away. So your feet are pushing down and away to open up the hip flexors a little bit more. That's it. Pull your chin away from your chest. Eyes are soft. And then slowly lower. Extend your legs out in front of you. Pull your right knee into your chest. And let's take just a simple spinal twist. Take your right knee over to the left side of the room. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Let go of all effort right now. And then start to come back to center. Extend your right leg. Pull your left knee in toward your chest. And then take your left knee over the right side of your body. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. And start to come back to center. Last posture before Savasana. Happy baby. Grab onto the edges of your feet. Allow gravity to pull your thighs to the outside of your body. Okay. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then very slowly start to release. Let's give the knees one more big hug into the chest. Forehead toward the knee. Squeeze everything. Fingers, toes, eyes, nose, belly, bum, arms, and legs. Breath in. And then like a slingshot, let it go. Shavasana. So we have a special treat for you for Shavasana. Alicia DeCastro, who's one of our good friends and teachers and students at the Woods, is going to sing us a song. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, We know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. And we all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Feel free to stay in Savasana as long as you need. And when you're ready, start to draw your knees in toward your chest and just roll off to one side. And start to make your way up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands into your heart center. And let's seal our practice with the sound of vibration. So we'll take one Om together. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Inhale, prepare. Bring your thumbs to your forehead center. Look up to the sky. May the rest of your evening, the rest of your week be filled with love, kindness, peace. Let's bow together as we say, Namaste. Thank you. Thank you all for joining in. I hope technology was on your side.